What is up, YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back again today with you guys. We're finally here opening the starter decks match of the Millennium today. And yes, this is the day where the two new starter decks are released together. Right here we also have Twisted Nightmares. There'll be another video on that. If you guys haven't watched it yet, be sure to check out that video of the opening as well. But in this one, we're opening the match of the Millennium right here, and I'm just so excited to open with this with you guys. And you know, just feels so good that, you know, this is finally here. It's been so long, it's been half a year since we got a new set for Speed Duels, but finally it's here, and I'm just really excited. So right here with Match of the Millennium, it's a starter deck that came out that contains two decks. For you guys who don't know, it's Yami, Yugi, and Pegasus. If you guys seen the full set spoilers already, you guys probably know. Also, let's just get right into it right here. But before we also quickly open them, just so you guys know, we will be doing a budget deck profile on the channel for Yami, Yugi, and Pegasus, just so you guys know. And also let me know in the comment section down below, which deck do you guys like more? Twisted Nightmares or Match of the Millennium, or whichever character, Yami Marek, Yami Bakura, Pegasus, or Yami Yugi. Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's just go right into it right here already and open it with you guys. Just so excited, so hyped, can't wait at all. Alright, so two decks. Unlike last time, they probably just packaged it much more, I guess, cost efficient this time. There wasn't like a sort of like a inside packaging of extra cards, like extra cardboard around, like an extra box inside the deck, so making like a deck box like the original starter decks. But let's just quickly look at this playmat right here, as always. And if you guys enjoy Speed Duel content, welcome to the AVAULT channel. We focus a lot on Speed Duel content. What a nice mat as well, very plain and simple with all the characters, black and red, very good combination representing the two Speed Duel colors. We can see Yami Marek and Bakura right here, as well as Yami Yugi and Pegasus. And here at the back, introduction, standard boost for speed dueling, just teaching you guys everything you need to know. And the card list is here as well. So most of you guys know how to play Speed Duels already, so let's just go right into the actual content of the deck. But if you guys first time learning about Speed Duels and everything, welcome to the AVAULT channel. You know, we focus a lot on Speed Duel content right here, and you know, everything you guys need to know about Speed Duel is basically on this channel. Competitive, casual, fun decks, and everything, rules, you know, basically everything. So be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the AVAULT channel. So which one should we open first? Can't wait. So let's go with Yami Yugi first. And Yami Yugi with Blackluster Soldier right here, which just looks really cool. Really awesome that we actually got this guy and this set, this card into our Speed Duel sets already. Okay, it's a little bit tough to open the packaging right here. Gonna work with me. But yeah, I did heard some of you guys have this delayed, and very fortunately that I was able to get this on the day of release. So I'm just here to share with you guys overall. So I really like this card right here already, and then a Duel Links ad. So pretty interesting. I like it. Put it right here. So right off the bat, no packaged pack this time with the I guess like the holo variant card or whatever we're getting, so they're just all together with the deck. So for Yami Yugi's deck, the holo variant we're getting is Advanced Ritual Art, and it's ultra rare, which is really cool. Really useful ritual art, ritual summoning card, ritual spell card to bring out Blackluster Soldier, and then now we can also even use it to bring out Magician of Black Chaos. So this card is used to ritual summon any one ritual monster you want, but you must send normal monsters from your deck to the graveyard whose levels is equal to that level of that ritual monster. So very straightforward. And right here to the skills. So I know a lot of the skills have been reviewed already a couple days ago, but I know I was getting this set on time anyway, so I didn't thought of doing a video, as we can just sort of review the new skills right here together once and for all with you guys, because it's much better to do it with the actual real card, right? So first of all, we have Ritual of Black Mastery. So Yami Yugi skill, very juicy. Activate the skill during your main phase while you control Blackluster Soldier or Magician of Black Chaos. This is the skill I was talking about that we should have got in Trials of Kingdom, which is much more like it, you know, dedicated to Blackluster Soldier or Magician of Black Chaos. But anyways, if you control Blackluster Soldier, It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's skill. Once per turn, if your opponents activate a trap card, draw one card immediately after it resolves. So that's pretty decent already right off the bat. Blackluster Soldier not being able to destroy by skills is pretty good as well. Immune to Nightmare Sonic Blast, as well as a skill that Yami Marek has along with this new starter deck in the Twisted Nightmares one. When you control Magician of Black Chaos, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's spell effects. Now, there's a lot of spell destructions with these new starter decks, so that's probably going to be pretty useful as well. And if Magician of Black Chaos destroys a monster by battle, you can add one spell from your graveyard back to your hand. So that's pretty decent as well. I really like that. So Yami Yugi skill. It's not hollow, just plain and simple. I really like the skills that they have released so far. I do know what the skills are already because I have seen the leaks as well, and I just want to really just voice out and point out that I really like it because it's nothing near the same as Duel Links. We never got these skills in Duel Links, and for some of you guys know, I do play Duel Links casually, occasionally on the mobile phone as well, or on Steam. But this time these new skills that came out for all these characters are just completely different to the skills that we get for Speed Duels, which I really like because it definitely gives up a totally different flair and interest for us to play this game more than just a replication of Speed Duels. Anyways, we got Knight of Legend. I really like this one, by the way. Activate this skill during your main phase. Each turn, one Gaia the Fierce Knight you normal summon can be summoned without tributing at all. So that's really good. You can just immediately summon Gaia the Fierce Knight for free, basically, as if it was your normal monster or normal summonable monster. And then apply the following skills while you control Gaia the Fierce Knight or Gaia the Dragon Champion monster. If it attacks the defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. Once per turn, if it inflicts battle damage with the skill, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. You cannot activate set cards in the spell and trap card zone. So I'm not too sure. I got a lot of questions about this skill already. Is the last part like where you can't activate set cards in your spell and trap card zone permanent forever, as long as the skill is basically up? And it's basically like very similar to Spiral Spear Strike. But the fact that you can just normal summon Gaia the Fierce Knight, without any tributing, it's just really good, and I just like it. But I mean, it makes it balanced with the last part of the skill not letting you activate set cards. So basically, you play a no trap deck, I believe. Not too sure, but let me know in the comment section down below. There's a lot of questions and rulings that we have yet to discover from these new cards as well. So it'd be really helpful if all you guys can share your thoughts. So Dark Magician, we already received this, I believe, from the last year's Speed Duel starter decks. We got Gaia the Fierce Knight, which is definitely new. Just so you guys know, keep in mind, there's always a Speed Duel embossing inside these Speed Duel cards, which basically lets us know that it's Speed Duel legal, or you can see the Speed Duel little mini print right here, so you guys know. A little bit longer video right off the bat to start. I apologize, guys, but just really want to enjoy looking at these cards in real life once and for all. Curse of Dragon, iconic Yu-Gi as well. We got Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1. Really long name for just a just a dragon monster. We got Beaver Warrior. I know a lot of you guys are fan favorite with this one, and Beaver Warrior deck probably coming out real soon. Be sure to stay tuned. Not too sure, but we'll see if we can build one. That'll be really interesting. Celtic Guardian, I believe this wasn't here for us yet. Definitely new, but decent stats. Not the greatest, of course. Silver Fang, another iconic Yu-Gi's monster. Giant Soldier of the Stone. I feel like we got this one already from the original starter decks as well. Shadow Spectre, I believe this is like the first time that we get from an OCG import print, so as the first time as a TCG card right here. And then we have Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight as a common. So this card is actually like a super rare and ultra rare for a regular Yu-Gi-Oh TCG, and it's pretty odd to see this as a common card, but it just looks really cool. I really like the effect of this card because you can normal summon this card without tributing. Even if you do, its attack still becomes 1900. So that's one of the strongest normal summonable monsters on the game right now. Basically, so 1900 is not bad, and it still retains its 2100 defense, I believe, which is really good. And if this card is tributed, you can add one Blackluster Soldier monster from your deck to your hand. and you can only use this effect of charging Gaia the Fierce Knight once per turn. So moving on to the next one, we got Senju the Thousand Hands. This card was an ultra rare in Speed Duels, so I'm really happy that we reprinted this as a common, as also a guaranteed, because you know, like Relinquish and Ritual decks are going to be very popular coming up very soon. And then we have Old Vindictive Magician. This is also a very similar flip effect, similar to Man-Eater Bug, but the difference why this card is better is because you can target one monster your opponent controls, whereas Man-Eater Bug, you have to target a monster on the field. So if you have no monster targets on your opponent's side, you actually have to target one of your own monsters with Man-Eater Bug, which is really unfortunate. So Old Vindictive Magician is actually technically better. Kuribo, one of the first times we got this one as well, which is a hand trap. During damage calculation, if your opponent attacks quick effect, you can discard this card and you take no battle damage. Magician of Faith, we have that as well. Sphere Kuribo right here, which is really cool because this was also an ultra rare, so I'm really glad that some of the reprints in here is just really good, which really helps people get into Speed Duels more competitively, and the decks are just much more promising than they were before as well. There was a comment from getting like Trials of Kingdom special pack, but that's not very easily accessible. But now everyone can easily have free Sphere Kuribos. Blackluster Soldier right here. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is going to be the strongest, most powerfulest ritual monster we have currently for the time being in terms of stats. Blackluster Ritual, of course. We got Polymerization to basically fuse for a very cool card coming up later. Soul Release. This card is going to be really good for the side deck, I personally believe, because you target up to 5 cards in any graveyards and banish them. And there's a lot of graveyard-centric decks coming out very soon, especially with this set. Spell Shattering Arrow. Destroy any face-up spell your opponent controls as possible and inflict 500 damage. Pretty good. I can see it coming as a good side deck card as well. Spiral Spear Strike. Now this one's a good one because it's all based on Gaia, and if Gaia the Fierce Knight or Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight or Gaia the Dragon Champion you control attacks the defense position monster, inflict piercing damage, and then if the Gaia monster does inflict that battle damage with this effect, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. Basically the same effect as Knight of Legend. So you can basically stack these 2 effects to one another, and it's gonna be insane because every time I believe that you'll be drawing 4 cards and you're discarding 2. I think that's going to be pretty good. And then we have Twister, decent as well. Summoner's Art, you know, for searching, you know. We got a lot of these already, especially with the Speed Duel tournament pack. But, you know, more of these is okay. I would totally take it because it makes sense in this deck as well. Fighting Spirit, a decent equipping card, but, you know, we got lots of those as well. White Elephant's Gift as well. Goblin Circus, definitely new, but I can't. You know, this is one of those funky cards that I'm just not sure of if it's actually going to be good or not. So once per turn during your end phase, reveal the bottom card of your deck, place it on top of your deck, or banish it face down. So we have Backup Squad. Each time you take 1,000 or more damage by your opponent's card effect or monster's attack, you can draw 1 card for every 1,000 damage you took. It's okay. Spellbinding Circle, we got loads of those already. Magic Jammer from starter decks as well. This one I like, Eliminating the League. Now this one's pretty decent because you discard 1 spell card and then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. Then you look at your opponent's hand and send all cards in their hand with the same name as that destroyed card to the graveyard. Now this is really essential because it has really good 2 parts. You have to first discard a spell card, which is very restricting, but you do destroy 1 monster your opponent controls, and you get to look at their hand basically. You get to see what they're going to be playing. Using this, this is a really good card starting first, basically. In your first turn, you set this card, flip this card immediately at their standby phase. Or no, you can't. You can't flip it at the standby phase. They don't have a monster yet. But when they do have a monster and when they do have a hand, I apologize for that, you destroy that monster and you get to look at their hand. So you can basically essentially see what cards they have and what cards they're going to play, which is going to be huge and big in getting advantage, honestly. Last but not least, we have Gaia the Dragon Champion right here. So basically use our Polymerization to fuse our Gaia the Fierce Knight and Curse of Dragon together to form Gaia the Dragon Champion right here. So that basically rounds off for Yugi's first deck, and then we're going to be opening up Pegasus right here right now as well. So I'm just going to gather these cards and put them aside. Now for Pegasus, I really like this as well because there's so many, they're not new archetypes, but so many support archetypes to support Toons and Relinquish. Toons came out basically essentially at the beginning of Speed Duels, and they were never ever that great ever. And hopefully this set does change it because there's a lot of new Toon cards. Relinquish definitely gets bumped up because we know there's Thousand Eyes Restrict along with here, and we can see Relinquish and Pegasus right here, and of course Duel Links add. So the variant card we get right here is DD Crow, ultra rare, really awesome. This card is highly accessible in regular TCG, but I do know some guys who play regular TCG are interested in this card right here because this card every now and then is just very useful to be side decking. Just so you guys know. Ultra rares are always nice to have. Thousand Eye Spell. Oh, actually, sorry, before you get, for those who don't know what this card does, actually, it's a quick effect. It's a hand trap. You discard this card from your hand to the graveyard, and you target one card your opponent in your opponent's graveyard and banish that target. So I did mention Soul Release earlier is going to be a really good side deck card, but DD Crow is definitely going to be really good as well coming up because you want to side deck and lots of graveyard centric decks. We got Thousand Eye Spell right here, and yes, we're going to talk about the skill. Very juicy. Once again, activate the skill during your main phase. Once per turn, you can discard one card and use one of the following skills, but you can't conduct your battle phase this turn. So that kind of sucks, but it definitely pays off because this is a 1-for-2, like a 2 birds 1 stone card. You can either ritual summon Relinquish from your hand by tributing a monster from your hand or field whose level is 1 or more. Also flip this card over. Or you can fusion summon Thousand Eyes Restrict from your extra deck using monsters you control from your hand or field as fusion material, and then flip this card over. And note one thing, this is not once per duel. You can basically use this over and over again once every single turn. So it is once per turn. Yep, it is once per turn. But you can use it again next turn, then turn after, and after, and after, which is gonna be really good. I really like this skill. It's gonna be very powerful, I feel like. But we're gonna have to find out. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Anyway, next we got Toon Mayhem, which is a little bit better for a Toon essential skill, but very basic and straightforward. The first time each Toon mode in your spell and trap card zone would be destroyed. Each turn is not destroyed. Right now, basically, you won't be playing It's a Toon World anymore because of this skill. You would just play Toon World as a continuous spell in your deck rather. And you do have to pay that 1,000 life points, but it's more worth it because Toon Mayhem fully protects it once per turn, making your opponent having to basically destroy it 2 times per turn if they do want to get rid of it. Next, we have Thousand Eyes Idol right here. Basically essential to summon our Thousand Eyes Restrict, Illusionist Faceless Mage, Toon Alligator, you see that, Red Archery Girl, and then Manga Rio Ran right here as a Toon monster as well. Toon Battle Dragon, I like this one because this one doesn't get destroyed if Toon mode is removed, I believe, yep. And then Toon Buster Blader as well, very straightforward. Toon monsters that basically allow you to direct attack. Toon Dark Magician is definitely the one I wanted to highlight as well. This one's a reprint. I don't think this card was reprinted in the regular TCG, so it's a very good idea to actually print this card because a lot of people will be wanting this for regular Yu-Gi-Oh! For those who play in Toon decks, as well as here for us in Speed Duel, which is going to be really awesome. Cannot attack the turn as summoned while you control Toon mode and your opponent controls no Toon monsters. You can attack directly, basically. Once per turn, you can discard 1 Toon card, then activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 Toon monster, except for Toon Dark Magician, ignoring its summoning condition. Now, that's too good. That's basically really good. I have mentioned many times, special summoning straight from the deck. It's just so great, basically. And ignoring summoning conditions. Or you can add 1 Toon Splash Spell Trap from your deck to your hand as well. So, really good, can't complain. Toon Summon Skull, we definitely recognize this already. Toon Mermaid, we got those last year as well. Same for Toon Masked Sorcerer, we got 2 of these. And then Toon Gemini Elf is definitely new. 1900 as well. Basically same, typical Toon World monster. It can attack directly. Yeah, basically, and inflicts piercing that. If it inflicts damage to your opponent, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. And then now we have Illusionist Faceless Magician. So what this card does, it's this card actually came out for regular TCG in the Legendary Duelist packs and never got a reprint ever since. So I'm really happy that this came out here as a reprint as a common. If a face-up Eyes Restrict fusion monster or relinquish monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. if it was there during when it was destroyed, or hand, even if not. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one eye restrict fusion monster or relinquish monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use each effect of illusion faceless magician once per turn. Now this card is going to be really good, really key card for basically 1,000 eyes, I guess. Really excited to see this card in action. Sonic Bird, really good reprint as well. It was an ultra rare that came out in Attack from the Deep, I believe. Is it Attack from the Deep? Yeah, it probably is Attack from the Deep, or Arena of Lost Souls, one or the other, I can't remember. But anyways, really good that it's reprinted right here. We got Jin, I don't know how to pronounce that. Procrastinator of Rituals, let's just say that. Not very good at pronouncing, I apologize guys. As well, I apologize for the long video, but I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. If you do, be sure to hit that like button. When you ritual summon a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard as one of the required monsters for the ritual summon. If the ritual monster using this card was ritual summon inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they discard one card. Okay, interesting. But so far, I still think Jin, the Zero of Rituals, is slightly better because it protects it from traps. Relinquished, reprint. Of course, Black Illusion Ritual, it's a reprint as well. Toon World is a reprint. Toon Table of Contents, we got lots of these already. These are all reprints so far, but you know, very helpful for those who are trying to get into Speed Duels for the first time. Definitely makes sense. So I don't blame Konami for reprinting these at all, because it does make total sense to have them in these decks. Fulfillment of the contract, really good. Toon Mask, that's a new card for sure for Toon. If you control Toon World, target one monster your opponent controls, special summon one Toon monster from your hand or deck whose level is less or equal to that level rank of that monster, ignoring its summoning conditions once again. Really good. If this was a spell, much better, but it's a trap, fair enough. There's a lot of drawbacks that they could have done, but there was basically no drawbacks in this card whatsoever. So it being a trap, I totally understand, and I think it's really good. 7 Tools reprint. Dust Tornado, also a really good reprint because it was a staple card for spell and trap removal. I can see many decks still needing to run this regardless, because it's just one of the best back row removal cards in the game. So as a common, definitely good, because it came out in a Attack from the Deep, and it's definitely very pricey. Shield Spear, Security Orb, Skill Successor, we kind of know most of these cards already, read about them. So 1,000 Eyes Restrict right here, that boss monster. We do have to definitely talk about this right here. Relinquished and 1,000 Eyes Idle to fusion summon. Other monsters in the field cannot change their battle positions or attack, and that's insane already. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls, equip that target to this card, and it can only be equipped once, one card per max, and this card's attack and defense become equal to that monster's. If this card will be destroyed by battle, destroy that equipped monster instead. So basically it's very similar to Relinquish with a slightly different effect, where it doesn't have the battle damage effect damage type, but this one still, you know, easily steals one of your opponent's monsters, and basically, you know, only he can attack, and that's really strong as well. So that basically rounds off for the entire opening. There's nothing else in the box, you guys can see empty right here. So that's Pegasus' deck. You know, there's 2 variations you can play. You can play the Toon, or you can play 1,000 Eyes, whichever you guys desire. That's totally up to you. So I highly recommend you guys picking up 3 of these. They're extremely cheap and affordable with so many deck options in here right here. So as you guys know, stay tuned. We are doing a budget deck profile for one of each Yami, Yugi, and Pegasus right here. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Don't miss out for that video. And then we'll be potentially doing dual videos along with those budget decks, just so you guys know. Just so you guys can learn about how you can get into Speed Duels. If you guys have missed out the prior sets, that's totally okay. Buy 3 of these decks and you can start playing. I would even say competitively already, because these 2 decks are just so good for Speed Duels. So once again, I apologize for such a long video, but I do hope you guys enjoy it, because we are opening the newest set that's going to be game changing for sure. I guarantee you guys the meta is definitely going to shift because of this, 100%, unlike other sets, because starter decks offer you a lot more variety of cards as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button. If you guys haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the AVAULT channel, as well as recommend the channel to some of your friends or family members who are interested in Speed Duels as well. have them, check them out, and subscribe, and don't miss out on every speed duel content video you guys right here. It's just gonna get more exciting. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Click that notification bell for watching as well. Yep, sorry, I forgot. Thank you guys so much for watching as well. Sorry, I'm just so excited. So I'm just like trembling and just like shaking with excitement inside here. So, you know, I apologize for the stutterness with my speaking today as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next video. As always, you guys stay tuned. And this is AVAULT signing